Hello and welcome from me, Dave Hodgson, to this week's KLTV News Review. The top stories from Huddersfield and Kirklees to keep you in touch with what's happening locally. First, the headlines. 4 people were injured, 2 seriously, in a horrendous collision on Healey Lane, Batley. In Kirklees, there's still snow in them thar hills, and could Kirklees start a new trend for living in water towers? And finally, Marsden Cuckoo Day. The top story. 4 people were injured, 2 seriously, in a 2-vehicle collision on Healey Lane near the junction with Throstlenest in Batley at 7 p.m. last Saturday night. Emergency crews battled to save the victims in the crash involving a Ford Fiesta and a Peugeot 108. Fire crews had to cut off the roof of the Peugeot to rescue one of the injured, and the driver of the Fiesta was also seriously hurt. The Yorkshire Air ambulance attended but was not required. The 2 most seriously injured were taken to Leeds General Infirmary by ambulance, where the condition was described as serious but not life-threatening. The incident closed the road for several hours. Freak weather hit Kirklees last Saturday with hailstones and snow affecting Celandine Nook, Out Lane, Scapegoat Hill and, of course, the M62. Now, finding your own place isn't easy, so fancy living in Huddersfield but not much cash? How about just £4,000? Well, that's the asking price, and that's in the Des Res area of Flockton even. There's got to be a snag, and there is. It's a concrete water tower which is among 60 lots to be auctioned by property agent Edison's. It's got architect Mark Lee to consider another conversion. He works at Armitage Bridge-based practice 117 Design and has already converted one water tower at Hall Bower and lives in it with his family. He hasn't said how much the conversion would cost. Still, if you're interested, it might be worth looking him up. He describes the tower as full of potential and, with planning permission, a conversion would give the prospective buyer one of the best views in Kirklees. One problem is that you wouldn't have to mind living in a roundhouse.
However large or small your business, attracting new customers requires dedication and a lot of patience. Just like fishing, but you also need the right gear. Rods,
reels, lines, hooks, sinkers, lures, tackle box, tackle bag, net, bait, gas gloves, clothes, pocket knife, roach.
Or you could simply advertise with KLTV. Online, grow your business and your clientele. KLTV, your vision made reality. Should have gone to KLTV.
And finally, a legend will come to life at the Quirky Festival this weekend. That Quirky Festival is Marsden's annual Cuckoo Day. It will land in the village on Saturday to celebrate an important part of this folklore. The 24th event of its kind is expected to attract crowds from near and far to see the sight of a giant cuckoo being paraded through the streets and enjoy dozens of free entertainment acts. According to legend, people from the village, known as Marsden Cuckoos, tried to capture the small bird in order to try and keep good weather that they thought it could bring. As the story goes, they tried to build an extra part of a wall to box it in, but the bird flew away. Oh! Well, You can't keep it in if you don't put a roof on, can you? The main event will begin at 10 a.m. on Saturday with a Cuckoo making workshop for the procession taking place at Marsden Library in the Mechanics Institute on Peel Street. The makers will then be able to join the parade with a large wicker-based cuckoo which starts and ends at Wesson Court. Sharon Turner, one of the festival's committee members, said it's really important to keep it going because there aren't a lot of places these days that stick with these traditions. Putting it on gives us a sense of community and identity. That's it for this week. You can comment on any of these stories on Twitter at The Weekly Windup, on Facebook, or email us at info@kirkleeslocaltv.com. Thanks to all the production crew and news desk for producing the programme. Join us on Monday when we speak to students and staff about the 175th anniversary of the University of Huddersfield. Dave Hodgson signing off. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you in a week's time. Goodbye.
No.